Hi, if you don't know me, I'm Daniel. I've been making my own games for about 10 years now. My company is going to be 10 in November. Yay! So my latest game is Flame and Forge, which is a collaboration with Brueh. He makes board games, and we've made a digital game together called Keep the Heroes Out, and this is the new one. He just went Kickstarter. Finished yesterday, but if this looks like your kind of game and you want the board game, you can still get a late pledge over there. You play as dwarves, and we're trying to reclaim our mountain from a dragon, and he took our resources. It is essentially a board game in a digital version. You can play co-op with up to 4 players. The rules play exactly as the board game plays. It's kind of like a push your luck, worker placement kind of game. So we are going up a mountain. In my turn, I get to decide which tile I'm gonna go, and there's different things that happen on the different tiles. So if I go over here, I can go into a battle. So I can choose, because there's a little bow and arrow, I can choose whatever monster I want. I'll fight a monster with 3 health, so it's a little easier. The monsters are cards. If I manage to defeat the monster, I'll get that card for my deck, and essentially we are pulling the cards, and whatever is in the card is going to happen. So we take damage based on the cards, but we also deal damage based on the cards. So this one, when I'm going to resolve, I'm going to take 2 damage, and I'm going to be dealing 2 damage to the monster, and I'll be forced to draw another card. Because the tile that I stopped gave me an extra damage, I already killed the monster, I had that damage to start with. But because of my mandatory draw that I took, I need to resolve another card. There we go, I won the challenge, so this card is going to go into my deck, and I can use that in other challenges later. I can see my deck over here. This is what I have in my deck right now. It tells me like what the icons are, so what I can do. After my turn is the dragon's turn, and the dragon right now is placing fire in different tiles. I'm just going very quick because I only have 10 minutes and I'm already down 3. Yeah, this is essentially the game. The objective is to build up your deck. Like I can retire cards, so I remove bad cards from my deck. Like, oh, maybe I don't want to take 2 damage on this one to deal 2 damage, so I'll remove this one. So I'm trimming my deck, and I'm forging different cards. Like on the corner here, we have like the offerings in the forge. I'm getting gems to buy those cards.
Oh, no, I'm just taking myself.
Yeah, no worries. So I have like now 1 yellow gem. I can get another one over here and can go into forge. There's nothing there that I can buy with my 2 gems. I'll refresh, still nothing. The dragon is pulling a new event card each turn, and based on the amount of event cards, it changes what he's gonna do. And the event cards themselves, they have these little icons. So this one says, if I forge a card using a yellow gem, I can remove this event card. So part of the game as well is managing the event cards so he doesn't put too much fire, can control what the dragon is doing that way. Yeah. There's more to it, the research thing that I can unlock new different kinds of characters, little dwarfs that have special powers. But yeah, it plays around like 20 minutes if you're playing like 1-2 players. The more players, the more time. And the objective, at least in this scenario, it's the first scenario, is to defeat the dragon. He has 12 health, takes 12 hits to kill him. And we have to either use a little bow and arrow or get up there to defeat him. There's achievements. People are having a lot of fun in the Kickstarter trying to get all the achievements. Usually in Kickstarters, like for people to play test board game, because it's different from digital, sometimes the people put it on Tabletopia, but like Tabletopia is like a gravity simulator kind of thing. You can pull pieces, put pieces places, but the game doesn't play itself for you like a digital game. So this was a different experience for all the people that are Kickstarter games, that they could play test really easily. I had a web build of this, so you can actually scan the QR code, play it on your phone. Plays really well on the phone. So this is one of the things that I was up to. I have 5 minutes. I'll try to go over the Global Game Jam thing. Global Game Jam. So in the Global Game Jam, I did this game with Masks of Kutuka with art from our friend Matthew there. Matt. So essentially, we are this little guy with a mask, and we have cards. I can't super see very well because I spawn very far away from the enemies. So I'm just gonna end my turn. The enemies have little areas, or masks, if you will, and it tells me like where they're attacking at the end of my turn. So depending on where I am, I can see like, oh, if I end my turn here, I'll take 25 damage from this guy. If I end my turn here, I'll take 45 damage, so damage from that guy plus that guy. This circle that is getting smaller as I move is going to be, if I use a card, that will be my new movement area. Like I can't move outside the circle. So I need to plan my movements to try and like take less damage while still like attacking the enemies. So I have a couple attacks here, and my attacks also have an area, so I can kind of try and aim well to maximize my damage. I can kill these two, and I can kill that guy. I can at least damage that guy. I have some shields as well. I have 4 energy. The energy is exemplified here on my little leaves on my head. As I'm using my energy, I end up with less leaves. Once I kill, I can get a new card. Because it was a jam and we only had, counting for sleep time, I had like 33 hours, and like I had a very ambitious idea to execute in that time, so I couldn't do a lot of different cards or a lot of different enemy variations and stuff. So the game ended up very short. There's not a lot of content, but I do like the mechanics and how it ended up. People like that were playtesting were having fun, at least until they saw the cards and saw them. It's like, okay, I guess there's no more, I'm just gonna keep repeating. It's like, yeah, unfortunately. We had a boss model, but I didn't have time to implement the boss. But yeah, I definitely want to explore more this concept. It's based on a game that I really like called Inkbound, which has the same kind of movement mechanics, but it's not like a deck builder kind of game. You have the specific skills, and you're reusing those skills that come with like different pre-made characters. I want to explore the kind of like movement system, but with the idea of a deck builder that you're actually really customizing your character each run. 2 minutes and 43. I think that's kind of all I have to say. Questions, concerns?
First game, so is that...
Sorry?
So for the first game that you were working on for Forge and Flame?
Flame and Forge.
Flame and Forge. I did it backwards. But, so you're releasing the digital version of it at the same time as the physical version, is the idea? Or?
Well, not exactly. Like the
But
physical one is probably gonna be delivered around November. But I think the digital one we might be going live on like April or May.
But
because it's a little faster production-wise.
Careful what you promise. You're on.
So,
you're on.
so essentially you've been developing the digital version of the game and the physical version of the game together this time, rather than last time it was like a pre-existing game you were adapting, kind of.
Yes, Luis actually used a lot of like what we did here to test some ideas, and like we got a lot of like metrics that are being sent when people are completing games, like what their decks are and stuff like that. So we can kind of like see like, okay, are they losing too much? Is it too difficult, too hard? Like we've been balancing out based on the digital game as well,
So
which is different.
How have you found that kind of as a back and forth between like trying to make something that still works well in the context of being a physical board game, but also works well in being a digital game? Like, because if you're developing this at the same time, it's very different to be like, I'm just adapting this. It's what's already there. To like, you want to make something that works for both.
It's still like just adapting essentially. Like Luis is not making any decisions based on the digital one. Like, oh, this is not going to work on digital. He's making the decisions for the board game because that's what he does usually, and makes sense. The board game kind of helps to guide the balancing and other ideas on the digital game, making it easier to test at scale, which wouldn't be possible with like, I don't know, sending Tabletopia to people. The Kickstarter went very well. People really like the experience of using the digital game. I screenshotted a lot of comments that people were like, oh, I wasn't sure about this game, but then I tried it. So I was like, yes, that's the goal.
That's really interesting.
Yeah, so I think we'll be doing more of that in the future with future projects from Luis. Like the digital demo is really helping with the result at least. Yeah.
Okay, that's really cool. Thanks. I'm just curious about how that kind of works.
Sorry, I think you had your hand.
I was wondering, did you do the art for this one?
So I did a 3D modeling. Okay, I'll just answer like these two questions. Well, I did the 3D modeling. All the art, the 3D art is from Luis because like he does game design, the art, the everything, like calling China manufacturers. He does everything. He's amazing. I love his art. In this one, the art, 3D art was essentially just like taking the meeple art and like extruding and kind of like, yeah. So I did all the art for this one, 3D art and lighting and shaders and stuff, but yeah.
Yeah, looks great.
Thank you. You have a question.
Do you think there's a future where you work together on a digital board game that's something that can only exist digitally?
Yes, we really enjoy working together and we are definitely going to do that. And I think the idea that I want to explore with the one I did on Brueh Jam is probably going to be the first digital one that we do that's fully digital. Yeah. Thank you.
Any more questions on themselves?